Oh, I'm famous. Hey, I'm famous. I'm in the chat. Wait, can they hear me? Can they hear me? Um, can I be one of the professors? I'm actually pretty good in pony stuff. It's actually a very important subject for the youth to learn. I have my doctors in it. You see, how ponies were created is actually a mystery to this date. I mean, Darwinism, it doesn't even prove, it shows nothing of how ponies were created. I believe in my theory and how ponies were created was actually, you ever watch Prometheus?
Hello. I'm live streaming.
So, well, what I was talking about was the Prometheus. Yeah, Prometheus. You know how the master race created the humans in that show? Well, that's how I think ponies were created. A master pony race created ponies.
What are you even talking about, man?
Hello.
I had to turn off the Skype. Wait, should I? I should leave it on.
Druanna was having a lot of problems with lag at that other place, so we've decided to come here straight away. There must be too much traffic on that place. At last!
At last. Yeah. Is it better?
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool.
Awesome. Nice.
Okay, right, let's try again, Drew. Take a pew down, sit down. I don't know what's we're having fun tonight.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, great, great.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was because I had the live stream on. That could have been a possible issue. So.
Yeah, I think it will have been.
Okay. Righty then. Okay, so are we starting now?
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, we've been live for a while now. I've just keep, I've had to stop the stream a couple of times because there was a lot of clutter in there.
Drinking some Tecate beer, by the way, so it's a perfect setting here.
Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Oh, yeah, meet Sentinel. She's really cool. She's been helping me a bit with some things, with some signs
Awesome.
and things.
Hi. Good on. Okay, so let's see. So I'm ready to speak then.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just trying to get the angle right on the camera.
Okay. Well, I had an interesting trip. I went to Arizona today. I mean, yesterday. I was there for over the weekend, and it was a pretty awesome experience. Had a good time. Totally needed it. Needed a break because there's just so much crap going on, as far as just everything. I just needed a total break away, and because my life pretty much revolves around the family and then the computer. And now that my husband's going to school, he's got his community there he talks to and all that, and my kids have their life. And then me, on the other hand, it's like, well, I need to be around some of my friends too. Like, I need to get out and just in person and actually be there and hang out, every now and then. So I got to go to Arizona for the weekend and hung out with some friends and went to a really cool Gothic club there, and really interesting people I met. And this one lady, she's all about she's like a businesswoman, and she's all into some thinking positive, and Jack Canfield and The Secret and all that. So I got really excited about it, and we went and got a book, and yeah, just really cool stuff, like how to put your goals together and all that. So that was pretty good. I'm just trying, and meeting some people. It was really funny, like on the way there, how it had to do with certain things, like in my life. I've had issues with, in the past, and dealing with certain people and during certain authority people in court and yada yada. And then I actually got to meet a cop on the way there, who is really funny. He was actually working for the criminal side in Arizona, criminal department, and his wife deals with child support. She works in the child support arena, and I'm like, whoa, like, life, what are you trying to tell me? I thought that was just freaking funny, and they were really cool people. Got to hang out and talk and chill and at Applebee's, and then did a reading for this one lady who had some problems, and she ended up opening up to me. She said she had a similar issue, like her kids were taken from her ex's mom, and she hasn't seen her kids in years, and they're like in their teens right now, and she doesn't know if she should contact them or not. And I'm like, wow, it seems like this is like becoming a normal thing, the norm now. Like, everyone's parents are taking their children from them. And it's just like, what is up with the society here, So I thought it was pretty cool, just communicating with all these people. There's always a reason why you got to take a break. And I always tell people this, whenever you're like bogged down with a lot of projects and you're stressed out and you're freaking tired and you're just like, and nothing's working in your life, or business is not happening, or you know, everything's stuck. Take a trip somewhere.
Well, I could say a bit, but I mean, we're talking about that ego thing as well, because what do you call it? That thing where people believe that they're ascended and all that stuff, and yet they seem to be in this God seat, you know. This, like, they put themselves above everybody else. I mean, the whole point of being ascended is to lose all that, ego and that I'm better than you sort of attitude, isn't it? I mean, you would think that it's about being equal and being in connection with the universe. I mean, when you start to look down your nose at somebody else and start to judge them, then you're actually judging another aspect. You're separating yourself from that aspect, and you're no longer that. You're no longer in unity with your surroundings. You've separated yourself. Do you see what I'm getting at?
Right. Oh, I hear you. I know it. Well, this is how you can find out. You know, I mean, a lot of people. Let me tell you, and it's so true. Like, I've talked to people that were really, 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 really successful in their life, like extremely well off, wealthy, okay, like rich, and they didn't even act like that. Like the someone that we spoke to recently before the weekend, right, Chelley? I don't want to make any comments, but. And they don't even act like that. They act like they're just so happy, and they act like kids, like little children, but they're fun, they're excited, you know? And when people act like that, it's because they have a major lack in their life. It's a total confidence issue. They're not confident within themselves at all. And they think that they're bad. It's not cool, you know? So I think that's the issue. When I heard some things when this one lady was saying who was struggling with this egotistical issue, I realized, wow, you don't go anywhere. Like you don't have a broader mind, you know. At first I thought it was like a child talking like that, like a little kid or something, like acting like that. And there's a lot of people that way. You know, they act in that. They act in a way where they think that I'm above everyone else, my technique is better than yours, my paperwork is better than yours. And I've had issues even my ex-partner was like that, very egotistical. And it was so funny because I actually heard in a reading, someone did a reading for me, and they said, stay away from people that are egotistical like that. Stay away, because when people have big egos, really, their life is not going anywhere. Like even though they may believe and think that, you know, it's like a narcissism. I think that's what it's called. When they act like that, it's because they're not happy.
Well,
I can tell you right now, I mean, she's far from ascension, period. If you want to go that route, that was like, wow. You know, I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's a funny thing, I didn't know what narcissism meant, actually, until a few years ago when a friend of mine wrote a book, and he was talking about it, and I didn't even know what it actually meant. But it's about separation, really, because it's when you're basically separating everybody else from yourself, and it's the God complex, isn't it? You know, and you know, I mean, to be friends with everybody, to be on equal terms, and to actually be able to get along with everybody, you have to let go of that attitude, because this is why marriages break up. When you get a couple, the wife or the husband thinks he's better than her, or she thinks she's better than him, and then there's immediately you put a wall there, you put this barrier there, and you can't coexist anymore. It's like you're basically living in two separate lives in the same house. And it's the same with anything, really, anything in civilization, with people generally. This is why we have these horrible race wars and this separation. Well, I don't want to get into religion, obviously, but it's the same issue. It's my religion's better than yours. It's the same thing, really. It's you know what I mean?
I agree. I totally agree with that. There's a lot of separation involved, and we have to learn to come together. You know, like I started finding a lot of that out. I went to this house. They call it the asylum. Everyone there's like really gothic, and they're all into their gothic thing. And then I met a couple people that are into like chaos magic, and we had it was a really cool party. And then we had my friend. I have a good friend of mine. He's a DJ guy. He DJs gothic.
Oh, well, look at that. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, would you just look at it? Look at it. Look at that.
Look at that.
So he's pretty cool guy. He's bisexual, and we went into this house, and then there, it was a couple, a married couple, and then I guess the wife had a girlfriend on the side or something, and the husband was fine with it, but it was like it was like totally different lifestyle than I've ever knew, but it was like, well, everyone loves each other. It's total love, right? So what? And it's better than war, you know what I mean? Like, it's way better than dealing with any, war. So as long as people are, they're happy, they have their sexual or relationship preference, but everybody's happy. Imagine if everybody in the world was like that, like just happy, everyone loved each other. I mean, there's nothing wrong with love in any aspect, And these are all my friends. All my friends, they're all different, different from the norm society of how they're supposed to be. And that's just how I am. It's funny. I have all these friends that are like that. And to me, they're, why? It's because they all think outside the box. They're not in-box people. So I had a great time.
Basically, a lot of things happen. I'm having a lot of problems with my neighbor. All right, first of all, I found out his wife was stealing my newspapers.
Yeah, it's okay. That's funny. They've got these sound effects and things. It's kind of cool. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Yeah, I don't know if he was talking though. He might have been. Yeah, but you get that with people that take things and steal things off people, and then
I like Mr. Voltage's cat. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Well, I actually love this atmosphere because it's more fun. You know what I mean? I mean, because it's better than talking and forgetting what you want to talk about, and it's more entertaining.
This place is pretty tight. It's like a little pub you get to hang out at. Right on. I love it. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah. I mean, if people could be more like that, they come from a place of love in any aspect. I mean, there's been so much war. It's time for more loving people. I think it will shift. The world will shift, or certain people, or whatever. But those who stay in this narcissistic complex has got an issue, and that's a karma they're gonna have to work through. Obviously, from what I've heard, I mean,
I will look in your treasures, Gypsy.
Lady, though,
I will look in your treasures, Gypsy. Is this understood?
Issues.
I will look on them.
Serious.
I will look on them.
I don't know, some type of problem where they have to work through, or maybe maybe it's their time of month. Who knows?
Druanna, why is your arm sticking up in the air?
In the air right now?
Yeah.
It's down like that. Is it is sticking. Okay, is it down now?
Yeah, it's down now.
Like, smell my armpit.
That was so funny.
That is funny, huh? Oh boy. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, all I can say is that those people, people that are in that mind or mode, I mean, there's nothing you can do. It's just move away from the situation, It's pretty much it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, life, the way I see it, it's all about experience and getting along with everyone, and basically learning from that experience, and to try to better yourself, to make yourself better, and you know what I mean, so you can more integrate better with others around you. I mean, let's face it, if you fall out with people, what you're doing is you're building walls, separation, rather than building bridges. And I always think it's better to build bridges than build walls, don't you?
Right. Exactly. I mean, that is what needs to be. But see, I feel that the whole paradigm thing, there's a lot of things that are shifting right now. A lot of people are completely shifting. And, they're just, and they might shift in a good way, positive way, or they might shift in a very angry way. Like they're losing control. And that's what I'm feeling. It's all about losing control, losing maybe center of attention. Maybe they need that attention, and they got to find it outward where they can find it inward. It could be a whole lot of things going on, And some people, they do their thing or whatever career path for status, for ego, because they can control people. I don't know, but I've dealt with my share of people that I've, been doing business with, and I realize, at the moment they start acting like they can control and own you, and they want you to only follow their principles because due to their ego, and then they want to threaten you and things like that, that to me, you need to stay away from. And it's funny because I met a lady in Arizona whose boyfriend is in business with somebody just like what I'm talking about. A business investor who basically runs his freaking life, and he's really unhappy, big ego. He can't tell them that they're dating. You know what I mean? Just major issues with that. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, well, you better tell him to cut that investor. It doesn't matter. Like, I wouldn't even want an investor like that, period. Any investor, friend, to run and roll your life and forget about it, because what are you doing? It's a karmic thing, and that's when you have to stick up for yourself and say, look, I'm light of, I am the big I am, essence, light, whatever you want to call it, goddess, co-creator, creator. I really don't need to, put up with that. And it's a test. It really is. It's a test for you. It tests yourself. It tests your strength of how much do you seriously believe in yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Drew, yeah. Hang on, I'm pressing the wrong button here. I'm pressing the wrong button. I don't know. Actually, I was wondering what Mr. Voltage might thinks about all this. I mean, because I know... because I think we ought to explain a little bit, because I know that they don't really know us that well. But we joined a group called Lightworkers back in around, 2007, Drew?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, basically it's Lightworkers.
2008.
Yeah. I think I joined about 2007 or 2000. Yeah, I think I was there a bit earlier. 2007, I think, for me. But we basically talk about ascension and about the higher vibrational shifts to do with because everything is energy. All life, your body, whatever, is made. Is not just biological; it's electrical as well. And without that electrical balance, the body gets ill. It gets sick, right? They've actually done studies with this using, scientists have done studies with measuring the auric field, the aura field, and even leaves on plants actually give off an aura. That's an electrical field that can be measured. And when that electrical field is low, then the actual life force, it's basically the life force of the entity or the leaf or the person or the animal, whatever. When that life force is weak, there's a weakness not just in the life force itself, but in actually the health, the physical health of the person. Yeah, great. Yeah, Mr. Voltage Mike understands what we're talking about now. Because I thought I'd change the subject a little bit. Well, what we're basically saying about ego and about emotions is that there are certain aspects of emotions which can actually drain your energy. The negative side, negative energy, as in when you, oh, Druanna's pinged out, I better wait for her to come back. Negative energy can actually pull a person down in health and make them ill. This is why you get, with a relationship between two people, if they're constantly arguing, two people, say a married couple, if they're constantly arguing all the time, then it actually creates an illness, a psychological stress, and also it's draining because they're actually working against each other's energy fields, and it's hard to put into words, but you know, when we were doing on light workers, we were learning about healing techniques. Now, on light workers, we actually practice doing healing work, and the way that works is we meditate, and then we actually start to channel energy from, I don't know where it comes from. There's some say it comes from the great beyond or wherever, but it's called cosmic energy, basically. It's been referred to in a lot of books. It's been referred to as cosmic energy, and it's ethereal. It's not solid. It's not tangible. It's not something you can really measure as such, but it's there because we've done distant healing over the internet, thousands of miles apart, and we've actually felt this energy. So, no.
I also do. Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, I'm an empath, so I pick up on people's energies through the phone. They don't tell me anything. I tune in, and I tell you exactly where in the part of the energy that I'm feeling it, whether it's your heart, your stomach, your neck, or whatever. I'll pick up on it, which makes, you know, greater confirmation when I do a reading. Oh yeah, down there too. If you want to go that route. Yeah, of course. I've picked up on that one before, but that's what we do. So we're letting people, yeah, I know it, huh? Letting a lot of people become aware that even though you can't see it with your own eyes, it's there. It is there. And according to quantum physics, you know, the science, basically your thoughts can create your own reality. I mean, there's proof through water, you know, that our thoughts can actually manipulate the molecular structure of water. And it's through definite, like, science observation, and they've done it before, studies with this guy. What is his name again, Shelley? What's his name?
David Wilcock.
Emoto.
Oh, Emoto, yeah.
Saru Emoto or something like that, and he was in that movie, What the Bleep Do We Know? That's a really good movie. It can change everything. I mean, it's a hologram. Everything is a freaking hologram. But as far as water goes, it's proof and confirmation that if you send negative thoughts to, like, say, water, and then you freeze it, what the crystals are going to look like. They look really bad, they look distraught, and then if you're sending love and joy and, you know, nice thoughts to it, it'll show that it's beautiful little flakes. I mean, it looks really pretty and whatever. So basically, you know, our bodies is made up of all, you know, of water, like 90% of water, so any type of thought can affect anything. So pretty much, I mean, we haven't been told this in school and science and everything growing up. We've been taught a lie that we are just a physical, solid object when atom is just energy. There's no proof that it is solid. Always moving, constantly. Everything around us is moving. It's movement, though. But it would be a good confirmation for you to try it out. You know, give it a try and see what your results are. But I know that for a fact that, you know, when people send me certain energy thoughts, like I'll get somebody who's very negative, maybe standing behind me or whatever, or, I could just pick up their energy and they'll send me something and I can feel it. I mean, we don't realize just how powerful our thoughts are. If we can send a negative thought to somebody and think negative about somebody, and we can feel it on the other end, imagine what it could do to your own life, you see. I've dealt with Christian fanatical people that were like, oh, I'm so about the Lord and all that, but then I'm dealing with somebody in that group who was sending me some negative energy, and I can feel that, like, really easy, like, not a problem. It's like, man, and they talk bad about devil worshippers.
Sorry,
like magic is bad for you, that's evil. And I go, well, you better watch out about your evil thoughts that you throw at me, because that's pretty darn evil, too. I can pick that up. We don't realize how powerful we are.
Well,
so
Druanna,
it's an awesome thing. I love finding this
Druanna,
because we can make things happen. What?
Sorry, I was pressing the wrong button before. Yeah, a lot of people don't realise that the psychic. We were talking about this last week, but people don't realise it. They say, I don't believe in psychic mumbo jumbo. Yet they'll say, oh, I believe in my gut feeling. I trust my gut feeling. Well, it's the same sodding thing like we said last week. I mean, your gut feeling is being psychic, and people don't realise that, but that's what it is. And feelings, feelings. And like when you know the phone's going to ring, and you know who it is on the other end, oh, it's my mum, I know it's my mum, and you go and pick the phone up and it's your mum. And you know these things because you are psychic. Everybody's psychic. Most people just don't develop it, they just don't hone it, they just don't tune it in. Everybody is. Fear blocks you, gets in the way though, or doubt, self-doubt. If you doubt yourself, then you won't receive accurate information because you're putting a firewall there. Doubt is a big firewall. It's like blocking the signals, if you like, because it's like you're surrounded by glass and you can't hear anything.
Right.
But
I totally agree with that one. I agree, and that's why I really, I mean, I don't like to use the word psychic much anymore. I might even, the reason why I use psychic on my titles and my website because it grabs people's attention. But really, I mean, it's just intuitive. We're very highly intuitive souls, and we, just like animals, are very intuitive with things. When they know that there's going to be an earthquake, what do? They start acting out in such a way that, that might look really weird to us, but they were pretty much ahead. They knew what was going on. So, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just that we've been totally cut off. A lot of people, they get freaked out about, oh my gosh, the coming times, there's going to be an earthquake, there's going to be a tsunami, oh my god, we got to get prepared, we have to get water, we got to get this. But this is what I think about. I mean, it's always good to be prepared. It's always good to have extra water and some extra canned goods, or, it's always good to have that. But as a spiritual being, when you understand that things are, when you're connected to the source, when you're connected to source, when something's going to happen, you're going to pick up on it, and there's going to be a guide that's going to tell you. All of a sudden, your body's going to say, you know what? I got to go somewhere. I'm going to go take a trip somewhere. And somehow miraculously, when you're taking a trip somewhere or going somewhere, you don't even realize. And then maybe the town that you were freaking out at, it strikes the person next door to you who's actually putting all their attention into it. And there has been a story about this where there was a guy, check this out, there was a guy who all he ever thought about was, he was so afraid of everything. He was afraid, he was in fear, he was always like, oh my god, these people are after me, they're going to come after me, the government, and then, like, I'm afraid they're going to kill me. And this guy didn't do anything wrong. Well, check this out. One day, after he's been putting this out there like crazy, a SWAT team came and broke into his house and shot him down. And they realized that he was not the right person to shoot. They realized, oh my god, and they had no idea why. He was a good guy, he wasn't into anything risky, he just always had this fear about him. So we attract exactly what we put out there. And, if you're living in a constant fear, it's because you're not in connection with the source. When you're in connection with the source, you're going to get a signal saying, hey, you know what? take a trip like me. If something gave me the signal to go take a trip to Arizona. I don't know why. I put it out there and I thought, I want to go to Arizona. It's calling me there. I'm very attracted to going. And I went. And, I'm great. I'm happy I had a good time. But that's what I feel like animals. They pick up on some type of signal where they know something's going to happen. So they follow it. They don't sit around and hoard a bunch of stuff and think, okay, well, we're going to have to, we're going to deal with this here. You're going to know. You're going to get up for some weird reason. And if it's your time to freaking go, it doesn't matter. It's your time to go. It's like, look at the guy that died in a sinkhole in Florida. Remember that? He lived in that house for how long? 40 years in that house? And out of the blue, the freaking ground opened up underneath him, and his bed and him fell right in. Now, come on now. Like I said, if it's your time to go, something's going to happen where you got to get that. It's your time to go. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, animals are very psychic. They always have been. Because they don't have the blockages like we do. Because we've been educated by a system that's basically taught us that we're inferior and we can't do this, we can't do that. Right from the early age of indoctrination in schools, we've been taught you can't do that, oh no, you can't do this, and as a result we grow up believing that we can't do that and we can't do this, and so we're not able to expand our consciousness, we don't have total faith in ourselves, and I think the only people that really give us that pat on the back and that courage and that feeling of anything's possible is our parents, because if you've got good parents, they'll say you can do it, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. But you meet other people and they'll say, oh, you can't do that, you're useless. They'll pull you down, drag you down, and as a result you grow up feeling doubtful, and oh, I don't think I can do it. All my life people have told me I'm useless, so I must be useless. That's what we grow up with. But animals don't have that issue. They don't have that mentality. They haven't been programmed to think like that. They just do it. I mean, they just know things because there's nothing to stop them knowing. It is there's a movie on YouTube called The Knowing, isn't there? Or is it a movie that came out called The Knowing? I've forgotten the name of the guy in it, but it was a really good movie. It's just about basically knowing things. And he doesn't know how he knows, but he just knows these things. And they're all true, they all come true.
Right. I totally hear you. It all comes, it definitely comes down to that. We're the ones that make it a reality. And it's entirely up to us. Even the people that we attract, even as far as if you have a business running or whatever, we attract those people. And what I've found out to help me with a lot of this stuff, okay, because there's remedies and I'm about solutions, is I've been doing a thing called EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, and it's actually really big. If you don't have time for hypnotherapy, which hypnotherapy is the bomb, I love it more than anything because it's awesome. You can actually take time and they can actually program your mind for you, and you can just relax into it. But if you don't have time for that, EFT, emotional freedom technique, is the way to go, and it is really changing people by the storm. Jack Canfield talked about it, and it's really awesome. You tap certain areas in your body, certain energy points, and you say certain affirmations, and what it does, it makes you feel better. And not only that, it gets rid of really negative things as far as your negative stuff from the past. You had a past issue with a parent or that told you, oh, you don't do that, you better finish your plate, you better eat all of it, and here you are, you're overweight, and you're like, man, but I believe that I have to eat everything that a lot of these beliefs that affect your subconscious mind is what is affecting you, okay? and it believes anything. And this is what we were taught in clinical hypnotherapy. Your subconscious mind, when it's being told something, whether it's TV, certain belief systems, it believes everything. There's no filter there. The only filter that you have is your conscious mind, and your conscious mind is the one that's like acts as your guard and says, nope, this can come in, nope, this can't. But the problem with the conscious mind, it's the ego. It's part of it is a big ego. So it's very difficult because your conscious mind is pretty much what rules you and tells you what's true and what isn't true, and subconscious mind believes in everything. So in hypnotherapy, we get the conscious mind to shut up, and we go straight to subconscious mind, okay? Now, with EFT, you do exactly that. You tell the conscious mind to shut up while you're doing your tapping, because the tapping helps you to focus on when you tap certain areas of your body, like your face, your hand. These are little meridian energy points. And once you do that with some affirmation, it releases all this information and all this negativity and belief about yourself. And it really, really helps. And once you're able to do that, you're able to bring more positive things your way. And that's why I think about this trip that I went on. It's amazing because I put some things out there, and I was doing EFT tapping, and out of the blue, after a week, I'm thinking about a place, someone invites me over to a place, and we didn't even know. It was just, that's how powerful it is. So...
It's funny here.
Oh, what's going on?
I said I was sat here earlier on, and someone manifested what looked like a giant oil platform with a huge crane coming out the top. It must have been, a mile tall or something. It was huge. I don't know who did that, but I was stood there, I was completely in awe, like my jaw nearly dropped and hit the floor.
Oh, okay.
But you see, there's lots of amazing creators here, and I think they're just awesome, really, It's a pity I'm not a bit younger. I mean, my age,
Oregon wants to come join us. Is there like a link that we can send him?
Yeah, sure. All you've got to do is you know at the bottom where there's that little circle, there's a little looks like a radar thing. You can click on it. I'll bring it up and I'll show you. And it should actually you're in the same thing as me, aren't you? Firestorm, aren't you, Druanna? Druanna? Hang on, Druanna, I'll get you the link. Yeah, Druanna, just open your nearby chat box at the bottom and you can get the link from there.
Okay. Alrighty, let me see what I can do here.
Actually, I was gonna
Chat box?
I was going to go and make a coffee. Yeah, it's in the chat box at the bottom. I was going to go and make a coffee, actually, because my throat's a bit sore. I mean, I'm getting old and grumpy, I suppose.
Okay, actually, I got the link here. I'll give it to him. No problem. No worries.
I think somebody's building something over there. Now, this is the magic. I love watching it.
Yeah, I guess that's something I'm gonna have to put some energy into later on when I have some time. Got to go through some of the stuff here, like what you've sent me. Accessories, right? Or is it? I'm trying to figure out where it's under here. That's really strange.
The light's on, not on in the bathroom. Not.
Okay, baby. That's fine. Tell Daddy about it.
So,
Alrighty.
so you can hear
Well, I'm
me
gonna
okay
go
now.
now.
So we got our sound problem sorted out, did we then?
Yeah, at least we got the sound thing sorted out. That really helps a lot. Human. Okay, I'm seeing all these avatar wear here. Yeah, it's a lot better. And plus, I mean, this is a public place, so no one really cares if we're here hanging out and making videos.
Well, I don't see why not. This place is, it's an experiment. It's called a sandbox. It's for people to play in. You can do things.
Oh.
You can do things here that you can't do anywhere else. For example, somebody gave me a sign earlier. Let me just put it down and show you. Hang on. I'm going to drop a sign on the grass, and you can draw on it with your hand. Hang on a minute.
Oh, I know what it is. I know why my head keeps doing that. It's the mouse. Every time I move the mouse, it goes to the side. Hate that.
I've got to find the sign now. Where the heck is it? Right, I'm going to drop this drawing board, Druanna, and you'll see it appear on your left, if you look left. There you go. You can draw on it.
I'm on it?
The drawing board I've just dropped on the grass. It's on your left-hand side. Can you see that great big white board?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
draw on it
so
with
what
your
do I do?
hand. Just put your mouse on it and draw on it.
I see the box that's right behind you, actually. And there's a box right behind you.
No, it's not that one. It's the one on the other side. Can't you see it?
No, I can't. I'm like right behind myself, so I'm like looking, trying to find, okay. And I'm not seeing anything.
Well, there's a big white board with a yellow-orange.
Oh, a ball, like a little white ball, but
Actually,
yeah, I'm not
I'll
seeing
draw
anything
it.
on my
Hang on.
end. I gotta do my tarot readings here.
Can you see
Oh,
it
that's
yet?
what it is. Okay, I see.
It'll disappear after about 30 seconds, apparently.
I'm looking for my hair. So I'm on a mission.
So can you see the board now that I put there with your name on it?
Okay, see the what? I'm sorry?
That big board I put on the
Shh,
grass. On the left, it's got Drew.
Oh, I see it. I see the board.
I've
Oh
just
my
written-
god.
You can write on it.
That is so cool. Wow. That is really cool.
Apparently, what's his name? It deletes itself after 30 seconds. Yeah, so anyway, I better remove it because it's probably in the way.
I'll take this hair off because it's really bugging me. So let me see here.
Hey, it's done now.
How's that? My hair.
That's better. Yeah, that looks better.
Okay. I'll just wear it like this for now. Because, man, my hair was just all over the damn place.
Yeah, that's a lot better. I mean, it's not in your face and we can see you now.
Yeah, it's like, come on now. Oh, here's another one. Let's see, average. Let's check this one out. This is fun. I love doing this stuff. I could do this all day long, you know?
Yeah, Sinead O'Connor again.
Yeah, I had my hair like this before. This is pretty cool. Red. I like red. I love red hair.
Yeah, actually, that suits you fine, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I had my hair red before, actually, before I turned it into that other weird brown color. I'll just keep it that way. Awesome. Possum. Cool. Okay. So yeah, we'll definitely figure a time to do this again. And this time we can bring some people on over. Maybe I can get some tarot cards. I can do some readings here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, we need to get a little bit more spiritual stuff. And why am I seeing flashes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start getting into spiritual work again, really, don't we? Because that's what a lot of people on my Facebook, well, a lot of my friends are interested in. But I mean, not everybody.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that.
But I mean, there's lots of other things going on in the world right now. There's such a lot of fear mongering going on. I mean, you can't believe. I mean, there's a lot of it. I just don't believe. You know, I think it's just hype. It's just fake information. And, I mean, like somebody was trying to claim that somebody detonated a nuclear type bomb in where was it? I've forgotten the name of it now. But it was on before it's news, and somebody said to me, "Oh, World War III started." I said, "No, it isn't." I said, "That's a load of rubbish." If a nuclear type bomb had really gone off, I think it'd be splashed all over the news everywhere. You know?
Yeah, there's a, you know what, Shelley, you hit it right on the nail. You hit it on the nail there. There's a lot of fear-mongering crap going on, and it's not real. It's all a freaking illusion. And what it does, it distracts you from your center.
Well, yeah,
from your own power.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create fear. These people feed on fear, and they're trying to sap us for our energy, and they're trying to create more fear. But you see, I think what's really happening is some higher force is preventing World War III from happening. So they're trying to create a fake World War III to scare the crap out of us. But it's not working. Because I don't know what it is about me anyway. I don't know if it's the same with you, but I feel this calmness in me, and it's like tranquility, and nothing really upsets me.
I eat mosquito.
Oh, ouch. Ico baby, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, I don't know. I mean, again, there's a lot of hype going on, a lot of fear, because what happens when they put stuff out there? What do people do? We focus on it, and we become afraid, and we create. You know, we totally create that. So now we have to understand, and there's a really interesting book that I'm reading right now by Jack Canfield. Shoot, let me see. I have it right here on my phone. Actually, hold on one second. And I suggest that everyone reads this, whoever, you know. You guys keep it down, babies. Please. Okay, let's see here. It is called The Success Principles, How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be, by Jack Canfield, and he's the author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And he even talks about, like, we get to a point in our life where, and I didn't even realize this about myself, like I'm so happy that he called it out on this book. But we you know, because we get into our life where we're thinking like, okay, we'll just allow things to happen. Yeah, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I guess whatever. You know, what we're doing, see, we're forgetting why we came here by acting like that. We have to remember that we're here to create. We're creators. And in order for things to come our way or the way that we want it to be, we have to create it. And by doing it, and this is really interesting, he says, you know, when you talk about, okay, like, okay, I just want a house on the beach, and that's all you say. That's very vague. You have to say, okay, I want a house on the beach. It's got to be 3,000 square feet. It has to be red, blue, and it's got to be by this time, this date. So what you're doing is you're creating it to happen, and you have to believe it to happen, you see. I've always been going through my life drifting with vagueness, like, oh, I want it this way or I want it that way, or until you look at a vision board. Now, with the fear mongers, and this is why I'm bringing this up. This is why I'm bringing this up. So with the fear mongering, it's specific. Okay, hold on one second. Shh. One moment. I gotta tell my kitties to.
Okay. I think Ariel Princess is going to join us. I don't know if she was a bit late because she had some real life issues apparently, but if she's got
time, no worries.
She might be able to pop in briefly. I met her the other day. She's really cool. She's spiritual and yeah, she's a really nice person to meet. If you've got maybe 5-10 minutes, you might get to meet her because I think she was late coming on here.
Okay, so anyways, what I was saying earlier, the fear mongering is specific. Have you noticed that? On the radio show,
yeah.
On Alex Jones,
yeah.
Everything is specific.
It's always about oh, this is going to happen to you, and nuclear war is impending, and well, you know, it's always about oh, it's going to happen to us next, and yeah, it's constantly, it's like building up the fear, isn't it? It's all nonsense.
Yeah, it's BS is what it is. And so when we're putting too much time into that, what happens? When we put too much time into that, what do? We put too much energy into not creating.
Well, we forget who we are. We just don't concentrate on our own life, do we? We just forget about it, and we get all frustrated and et up, and we start taking paracetamols and all sorts of other things, and the drug companies make more money.
Right. So what we have to do is we have to put ourselves center, and that's why meditation is so important every now and then, because, you know, it can be meditating within the mind where you just calm the mind down if you're really out of it, or sitting down in the sunshine, or looking at a flower, or just reading a book, and or tuning in to centeredness and energy. That's why they say keep center, because you're the one who's making this happen. And with all these little distractions around us, we're going to allow that into our holographic universe. Okay? So we have to understand that we have to be the ones that own this power to create. We're not the co-creators. We are the creators. And we have to understand that. We have to believe that. And even, I guess in one of Dolores Cannon's book, I was reading that you are, I don't know if it was her, or was it Bashar? I'm not sure, but they were saying you're the creator. You're not a co-creator. You are the creator, and we have to, you know, understand that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know for the fact that there's been times when I've visualized something a long time ago, and it has happened. It really has manifested itself. Really has happened. You know, like. God, I mean, sometimes things take a long time to manifest, maybe years, but
yep.
But it's still, back in the 70s, for example, I used to think about things, and I used to dream about things, and like having a bike, a moped even, and then one day my dad bought me a moped for my birthday present. So yeah, it was just awesome how things work out and how things happen, and you know, sometimes you can wait a long time, sometimes things happen almost instantly, you know. And but you've just got to believe in yourself. You got to keep it in your mind. I think that's the key, really, is to keep focusing on what you want. And you see,
yeah.
what people forget is if your mind is full of fear and you're constantly preoccupied with fear, you're going to create negative energy that's going to come at you, and that you're manifesting that fear. You're actually amplifying it more. And it's like, you know, when somebody tells you, "Oh, go and dive in the swimming pool," and you said, "I've never dived in the swimming pool. I daren't. I might drown. I might hit my head." And the more you think about being afraid of doing it, the more you have this fear about jumping in water. It amplifies. It gets bigger and bigger, and to the point where you grow up, and as you grow up, you have this intense fear of water. And it's because you've been focusing on that fear and amplifying it.
Right. Well, see, the thing, what I was reading in this book is something that I didn't realize. Like, when you write it down of what it is you want, you have to write it out in detail, to a T, to every freaking minute little detail. And I had no idea about that. That was something that probably what was the reason of me going to Arizona in the first place. So I can meet with this lady to show me this book, to get the idea, because I was looking out there for the universe. I'm like, what is the missing ingredient that I'm missing? Things are just not moving in my life right now. Like, things are just kind of like slowed down. Things are kind of still. And after that, it was like, oh my God, because what we're doing, just like hypnotherapists, that's how we help program the subconscious mind. We go in there and we start to tell the subconscious mind what the client wants to achieve. But we have to do it to the minute detail. So that way the subconscious mind grasps it and it goes after it. Like, okay, this is how powerful the subconscious mind is. When you tell it, have you ever told yourself, okay, I'm not going to forget this? And it turns out that you end up later on the day, you totally forget about it. Like, I'm not going to forget to go to the store and get some apples.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do all the time. I'm always
okay. And then at the end of the day, what happens? You forgot about the apples.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Okay, I caught myself doing that, and I'm like, why is it that when I tell myself in the morning, do not forget this, and then I'm driving down the road and I get, and I'm telling myself, do not forget, I forget. It's because when you say do not forget, you're telling yourself, like it's like a negative. So you're actually telling yourself to forget it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, even if it's not, you're resisting. So how powerful your freaking subconscious mind works when you could be like, oh my God, I am to remember the apples today. That's how you're supposed to say it. But me, I say, don't forget, but you're not supposed to say it that way. So if your subconscious mind is that freaking powerful to do that, imagine when you're able to send those messages to your subconscious mind in a positive light, what could happen. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I actually do that myself. I do think positively when I'm trying to remember something. I think, oh, I must remember this, I must remember that. And I do remember it, usually, if I focus on it.
Okay, that's good. Well, me, I will catch, do not forget, and then I forget. So it's like a thing, wow, okay, well, I got to change it around into a more positive way. So with this list that he talks about, you got to write a list to its minute little detail of what it is you want to accomplish in your life. And goals, you have to have like little index cards. Every day, this is what he has, index cards, okay, and looks at his goals every day. On his business card, he'll put his goals on there too. Like, okay, remember this. This is what you want, So that way you're always looking at it, and you're like, oh, okay, this is what I remember. It's a constant remembering and constantly putting your goal out there on the fridge, or when you wake up, you look at your index, cards of what your goal is. You look at it 2 times a day, once in the morning and once at night. But you got to keep it in your mind all the time. And with hypnotherapy, it's even easier. You just have them program it, and then you're going to keep it in your head. But it's always good to have that, and you make things happen. So what happens every day to some people who watch the news? They watch the news every day. Why? Because it's remembrance of your subconscious mind of what they want you to create for them. Now it's our turn to take initiative to create what it is we want for ourselves.
Well, yeah, and that's the reason. The more people watch television, the more negative they become, and the more fearful they become, and it's like an addiction.
Exactly. And I have a friend that was in Arizona with me that, I ended up going with him. And he watches the news a lot. He loves watching TV. But yeah, he has no idea why he's so sick all the time. He's sick of all these ailments, diabetes, he's bleeding, all these problems. And I'm like, man, cut the news. Cut certain things that you're eating or taking in. He drinks Diet Coke like a fish. And I told him about your brother, how he passed away, drinking nothing but diet everything. Remember what you were telling me?
Yeah,
so
he had epilepsy, and when my dad was diagnosed with diabetes, he was given aspartame sweetener basically, and my brother was using it as well, and obviously it causes seizures. It says so if you go and research it, and my brother was already having seizures, and it just finished him off.
Well, there you go. So that's, a lot of things that are going on. That's what people are not real. They're living in what? God, I'm so loud. I don't know why the hell I sound so loud. I'm trying to turn my volume down. Let's see. How do I do that?
Well, what do you mean you're so loud? You're not so bad. I've turned you down at this end a bit.
Okay, I'm just hoping I didn't sound too loud on my end, because I sound kind of loud on my... sound like I'm really loud, like I see the little red coming out of me.
Oh, yeah, you can adjust that. You can adjust your microphone gain. Oh, I think you might have to set it to automatic.
Let me see, maybe I gotta turn it... hold on. Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Alrighty. So basically, that's pretty much, that's the power of it all. But when you dedicate or devote your life to ritual work, some type of ritual or devotional work, you can really make things happen. And all it is, it's reminding your subconscious mind that you're power, you're something more. Remember this. And you guard yourself with some type of ritual. And what I do is the lesser banishing ritual, the pentagram, which helps because it helps protect you from certain interferences, from the macrocosm of your surroundings, which keeps you more focused on who you are. It's more of like your aura starts to become more prominent and everything. So maybe next week we can talk more and go further on talking more about magic and what we can do as far as banishings go to help you with certain things. I'm even thinking about doing a video on the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, what I've been learning, and to kind of teach people that, hey, you could do this every morning, do this at night before you go to bed, to basically banish a lot of the stuff out of your interference. So that way you are the one who's in control of your reality. And that's why being, magician, I've been a magician for many years, and we are all magicians, by the way, all of us are. It's just those of us, only a few of us, actually own it. Like, we own that we are, and we are aware of who we are in our power. That's the only difference that I have between... So...
Yeah, definitely. What was it I was going to say? I was going to say something and it slipped my mind. I should have said remember this, but I didn't. Yeah, there was something on my tip of my tongue and it just slipped. But, well, I know that Ariel's, she said she'd be there in a bit. I don't know what's happened to her. She's probably got sidetracked because she's got family issues as well, real life issues. I was just looking for her on the map. Did you know that you can highlight people on the map that your friends, and you can track them, and that way when you're looking for them, you can find them more easily. Puts a great big red beam around. Anyway, you can see on the video later. But oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. You said your friend wanted to join us. Has he? Why is he not able to join us? Is he still there in the chat?
I have no idea. I don't know where he's at right now. I think he tried to come in, but maybe, you know, a lot of people, there's not many people in the chat today. Not many people.
Because I couldn't monitor it on me. I can't really monitor it at the same time. It drags my my CPU too much. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
at 50%.
I don't think a lot of people are into this too much.
Sorry? Say that again.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I just missed it. What did you say? Too many people can what?
Yeah, not many people seem like they're really into the what we're doing here. I don't think. Like, you know, it's.
I think they are. They haven't figured it out. That's all. It's a little bit complicated for people. But I know that Dave said he's going to try and pop in tonight. Hang on a minute. Let me just see if he's online. Oh, it looks like my server's going to reboot or something. It's gone having a fit or whatever. I know that a few people have had some issues, mainly because of the graphics and all that, but this is why I thought it'd be better here, because it's not so resource hungry.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah, I just don't like sounding so loud.
Well, do you want me to tell you how to turn it down?
Yeah, how do you do that?
Right, go to, you're using Firestorm, aren't you? Can you see the speaker in the top right hand corner of your viewer? There's a little speaker thing. You click on it and it brings the menu up.
Okay, all I see is a speak.
Well, be careful you don't mute yourself, but I think it's, hang on. I'm having trouble because when you put your mouse over the top, it pops a little box up and it says buttons, ambient, sounds, music, media, voice. Oh, actually,
Yeah,
I think voice is input. Sorry, I don't think that's the one we want. Sorry. No, what you need to do is go to you need to go to Avatar Preferences, and then you need to go to Voice Settings, and
Okay, do I go under me at the top?
voice. When you go to Preferences, there's a thing that says Audio Device Settings. You have to click the tab, and there's a box opens up, and it says Input Volume, and you need to adjust that. I'll turn mine up a bit. That should make it easier for you to hear me. Right, I'll turn mine up. Right, I've turned mine up, so you should hear me even louder now. So I'm in the Preferences, Sound and Media, and there's the tab for Voice Settings, and then you click on the tab for Audio Device Settings. Actually, I'm live streaming it, so you should be able to see it in a bit.
Alright, I gotta get going.
Okay, did you manage to find the settings?
Yeah. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yeah, you sound great. Yeah, you've turned it down a bit, I know.
Good.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okie dokie, so yeah, we'll talk about more stuff next week and see what happens.
Okay, Drew.
Alright, take care.
Yeah, you take care. Have a good night's sleep.